Hey, Michelle, how's it going today? How you doing?
Hey, Lindsay, I'm good. I'm good. It is a snow day here in New York. So
Wow.
so my son is home and earlier we went out in the snow a little bit. I think I did a little Instagram update in the snow and so yeah,
Oh,
having a good
yeah.
time.
Nothing like a good snow day. I love
Yeah.
that. That is so good. But I'm going to ask you a question to start off the episode today, Michelle. Are
Okay.
you ready?
Yes.
All right. So, do you think that it's important for people to be authentic in social situations? What do you think?
I think it's one of the most important things. I think
Mhm.
being true to yourself, being who you are. I mean, right, it's what people say all the time, be yourself. Be yourself, and that's the
Yourself.
best advice, right? What do
Yes.
you think, Lindsay?
I think it's good because in the end, you wanna be able to you only have yourself in the end, like, you have to you live with yourself and you don't feel good when you're trying to be someone else,
No.
right? Like, have to be our own on our own sides, and I think part of
Yeah.
that is being as true to ourselves as we can, right?
Right. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. So, we're going to get into this a little more coming up in the episode because we had a great listener question. Before we do, we want to direct you over to episode 2160 of the All Ears English podcast was careless or not careful. What's the difference and why does it matter? So, that's a good one to listen to.
I love it. I love it. So today we do have a question about this word
Mhm.
and really common question. Great question. What is
Mhm.
it, Michelle? Do you want to go ahead and read it for our listeners?
Right. So the question is this came to us on YouTube, guys. You can ask questions on YouTube.
Mhm.
This is from Nandar MG 14.
Mhm.
And it says, could you please make a video about authentic versus genuine? Ooh.
Ah. It's a
This one
good
made my head hurt.
Oh, it's a good question. I mean, they're so similar, right? They're
Yeah.
really, really close. I mean, do you think they're synonyms, would you say?
I would say they're synonyms. I mean, when I looked it up in the dictionary, they come up together, they're not
Right.
totally different words. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna find some massive differences between these
Yeah.
2 words, right? But we're gonna show you how to use them in context today, which is the key. That's what we wanna learn. It's not enough just to know the definition, right, Michelle? We
Right.
wanna know how to use it in situations.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. You don't wanna be just going up to someone and saying the dictionary definition and that's it. It's not gonna do you any good. So definitely I would say most native speakers would not be able to answer what the difference is.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I think, but we're gonna talk about it in 2 contexts
Okay.
today. We're gonna break it down for you. The first context we are going to talk about is people, because these words are very commonly used to describe people, don't you think?
Definitely. Yeah, I would say that is probably one of the most common ways we hear this when we talk about people, whether it's famous people or just your friends, the people in your world, politicians, maybe, that kind of
Mhm,
thing. Yeah.
mhm. Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. So, let's start with authentic. So, what is authentic, Lindsay?
It's basically not changing your personality for anyone, being who you
Mhm,
are.
mhm, mhm.
For example, people love Taylor Swift for her music, but also for her authentic personality. I don't really know what her real personality is versus her I don't know a lot about Taylor Swift, actually.
I
I
don't
don't
either,
really know. Yeah.
actually. I don't know, but she's just everywhere now, so she
Yeah,
was the
she's everywhere.
first
Yeah.
name that came into my head. I think people like her though because she does seem like a real person. I think that a
Yeah.
lot of young women especially identify with her and just feel like she could be their
Mhm.
best friend or something like that, but
Mhm.
I'm not a Swiftie myself, but she seems fine.
Yeah.
I know she's very talented.
I wonder if part of that is that, nowadays more stars are being seen as authentic because we are seeing them in their real context more often due to social
Mhm.
media. Like,
Yes.
I don't follow her, but I'm sure she takes selfies if she's out for an afternoon with friends with a coffee in her hand, those sorts of things.
Yeah.
So I wonder if, it's not that, like, these new stars are more authentic, it's just that we see more of their real lives. So they
Right.
just appear authentic, you know?
Right,
Period.
and actually, I mean, this is a side point, but, recently, Julia Roberts apparently posted some picture with her niece, Emma Roberts,
Oh, yeah.
and then
Yeah.
did you hear about this?
No,
And
no, no, no.
she was playing cards, and she really loved the picture, and then apparently she posted this picture and everybody wrote, "Oh, how terribly Julia Roberts is aging," and they just
Oh,
started to criticize her, and so she
no.
fired
Aw.
back and said, "This is a huge problem," because she felt really good about this picture. She felt, "Oh, this was a special
Oh.
time she shared with her niece. She had such a nice time," and then people are criticizing her. So,
Oh,
that to me
no.
actually was a very authentic and genuine response.
Okay,
But
I'm
that
sorry to
goes
hear I
into
didn't
a
hear about
deeper
that.
conversation, and we could talk about more in the future.
It does. It's a double-edged sword for sure, and that's a
Mhm.
good bonus word for our listeners
Yeah.
today, double-edged sword. We should do a whole episode on that one,
Yeah,
Michelle. It's a really good one. But
it
yeah,
is.
feeling like social media can be great. You can portray a very authentic side of yourself if you are famous, but then if you're caught in bad lighting or you don't have makeup on, people can be really brutal,
Yeah.
right? It's
Yep.
yeah, that could be
Yeah.
another story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that could
Yeah.
definitely. So another example of this could be she had such a unique sense of style, which is one of the reasons why she was known for being so authentic, right? So again, true to yourself, who you really are, not
Mhm.
changing for people.
Yeah, I love that. I'm trying to think of who are the most authentic celebrities that I know of. Geez, I don't know. What do you think, Michelle? Is there anyone that stands out in your mind other than Taylor Swift,
Mm,
that you would say is very authentic?
it's yeah.
That's a tough question.
I wanna
Yeah.
say yeah, it is a tough question because there are definitely well, okay, I'm gonna say Pink because
Right.
I
Okay.
do think she's very authentic. I mean, her style, everything, she doesn't just follow the, Barbie kind of trend of for looks, and then also just when you see her, with her kids, and she does post a lot on social media, she seems very
Mm.
authentic, very real. So I'll
Got
say
it. Okay. So now that you said Pink, I would say for sure, seeing Adele in concert, I felt that way too, right? So the way she talked to the audience, she was she was kind of funny actually, but just
Mhm,
very down to earth in the way she was
mhm.
having a conversation with the audience, like explaining her any events that happened and how she felt about them. And so I see what you mean. Maybe singers
Yeah.
can be more authentic than actor personalities. I don't know. Who
I
knows?
don't know. Good question. So
Yeah.
let's go over genuine though. Well, do you say
Yes.
genuine or genuine? I say genuine.
I say genuine. Yeah,
Yeah.
genuine feels weird. Feels
Yeah.
so
So this is also same idea, very hard to even make a difference, but true or sincere.
mhm. Yeah.
So, for example, her parents wondered whether her boyfriend was genuine in her love for her. So if you said authentic,
Was authentic. Yeah.
it just it w I think genuine is the better choice here.
Oh, but the question is why?
Right.
Why is genuine the better choice, Michelle?
Right. Yeah. Because I think that authentic is more just for a personality, whereas
Mhm.
I think genuine, you can be genuine in your deeds and your actions. I don't
Yes.
think you would say someone's like authentic when they give you I don't I'm losing it, but basically, I think that genuine can be more about, just actions rather than the personality.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're onto something there. A very subtle difference
Yeah,
is that when someone does something for someone else, I think we're more likely to use the
say
word
genuine.
genuine than
Yeah,
authentic. Like that
yeah,
was a very genuine gift. That was a very
right,
genuine offer to help. Things
right.
like that, we would go for genuine. And authentic, you're right, feels more about the person, their
Yeah,
whole aura, their vibe. Yeah.
right,
Mhm.
exactly. So or you could say her laugh was not genuine at all. I wouldn't trust her.
Okay, so this one could be interchangeable with authentic, don't you think, in this case? Because it's not about giving anything or doing something for someone. It's just
Yeah,
about
yeah,
the aura of the person. Her laugh
right.
was not authentic at all, genuine. I also would go for genuine, but it's hard to put our finger on why for that
Yeah,
one.
exactly. So, guys, you can see they are extraordinary close. I mean, Lindsay, do you think? Here's a question: do you think it's more important to always be kind or always be genuine or authentic?
I kind of think it's, and this probably some people might agree with me, but I think it's more important to be kind because there
Mhm.
are certain times in life when You don't like if, I don't know, if a friend is reaching towards a goal and the truth is they're not getting there, but you want to emphasize the small amount of progress that you're seeing. Maybe you're
Mhm.
not being 100% truthful or genuine, but you're serving the larger goal of
Yep.
kindness and helping them try to stay on track. So I think there is a
Mm.
time for being like a time for maybe not telling 100% the exact truth because it can be hurtful to be
Yeah.
100% truthful all of the time to people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think that's a very good point. I think that it really depends on the context.
Yeah.
If your friend is trying on a dress and
Right, right.
and
Yeah.
it just looks horrible and you think it's just not gonna work, maybe people will make fun of her for some reason. It's some crazy whatever, and
Mhm.
it's not gonna work out. Maybe it's a good idea to nicely be honest about something.
Sure.
But
Yeah, I
right, if
agree with
it's
that.
going to be something that overall knocks the person down where it depends on what that person needs. If they need that boost, I think it's more important to be kind. Overall, I think kindness is the most
Kindness
important.
is key. Kindness is king.
Yes, I was just gonna say that kindness is king. So yeah.
Okay, Michelle, let's get into things now. So we showed our listeners
Mhm,
people, like how do we
mhm,
use authentic and genuine when it comes to talking about people? Now, what about things, items, I
mhm,
guess, or events,
mhm,
that sort of
mhm,
thing? Tell us
mhm.
about this.
So authentic. Also, I think authentic is used a lot of times with something that's original. Maybe something that like
Yes.
when you hear about a meal. So for example,
Mhm.
I want to make you an authentic Greek meal. Right?
Yes.
Maybe somebody is from Greece and they say, "Oh, come over. I want to make you an authentic Greek meal."
Yes.
That to me would sound better than genuine.
Yes, I love that. Authentic. So used about meals, about things that are a good example of what something would like a meal, what it would really taste like in Greece, right? Even if we're in New York
Exactly.
City, right? An authentic Greek meal. Do you know the best place to get authentic Greek food? I guess Astoria,
Ooh.
probably, right?
Oh, Astoria, that is a
Astoria.
great place. That is I should go there. I haven't
You
been in a
should.
very long time.
Yeah.
But yeah, or the museum has all the authentic sculptures. So again,
Mm.
it's some sort of history to it. It's
Mm.
some sort
Mhm.
of backstory to it. It's, a little bit deeper than just genuine. What do you think?
Yes. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Talking about science and artifacts and things you might find, although sometimes let's see how we might use genuine around things too. Let's take a look
Okay.
and then maybe we can compare. This is a tough one today, Michelle.
I
Um
know. So genuine. Okay. I feel like we use genuine a lot for things like fashion,
mhm.
jewelry,
Mhm. Mhm.
purses.
Mm.
Her purse was made out of genuine snake skin.
Okay. Or this is genuine gold. You could make a lot of money off of this, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, these days, a lot of things are not genuine. Maybe they're not gold, they're gold plated or something, right? It just or
Mhm.
gold brushed with like a paint that looks like gold or something.
Right.
So I think these things are getting more elevated in society now. The longer we go on throughout history, the more value there is to authentic things. Like, a lot of furniture now that you get from IKEA is made out of composite, which I don't think is real wood. It's
Mm.
it's like a fake wood, I think, or something. I'm not
Okay.
exactly sure what it is, but I feel like in our parents' generation, it was always real wood that people were
Yeah.
buying, which is kinda nice, actually. I don't
Right,
know.
right. And then I think that real wood became a little bit out of style, but I think it might be
Right.
coming back.
Maybe it's coming back. I don't know. What else, Michelle? What else do we need to know?
Okay, so, I mean, Lindsay, do you own any genuine designer clothing or accessories?
Nothing that stands out. I'm sure there's a few things that I bought in my travels. Can't think of anything right now. I'm not a really
Mhm,
big things person. And I'm not
mhm,
I don't know if you are either, Michelle.
mm-mm.
I would much rather have genuine memories. I would like to
Yeah,
make a genuine connection with someone in that country on a trip,
right. Yeah,
or have a
yeah.
genuine experience, something that feels real. That doesn't feel like I'm being guided around in a tour and not truly interfacing with the culture, you know?
Yeah, yeah, I agree, we're very similar in that way.
Yeah.
So yeah, authentic and genuine, guys, again, Honestly, mostly these things are the same. We could get deeper into this as well, but we felt like this was a good place to start. We can always do a follow-up if necessary, but the thing to take away from it is that when we're talking about people, authentic might be a little bit more geared towards your personality, being true to who you are.
Mhm.
Genuine could be that too, but it could also be about actions. The
Yes.
laughter, the boyfriend being genuine in his love, right?
Yes.
Um, so I would say that's for people, and then for things, in my opinion and how I hear this word being used, an authentic meal, an authentic piece of art,
Mhm.
an
Mhm.
authentic book signature. Somebody you have
Mhm.
an old book or something, right,
Right, right.
Lindsay?
Yeah, 100%. I love it. Should we go through a quick role play for our listeners today, Michelle, to finish
Let's
off the
do
episode?
that.
Yeah, but
Let's do that.
first though, Michelle, what should our listeners do before they listen to the role play?
Well, you just said it. Hit follow now, guys. Wherever you're listening to the
Yes.
All Ears English podcast, make sure you hit follow. Don't miss anything from us. Let the episodes come to you.
All right, good. Here's our role play. So here we are visiting a museum in New York. Here we go. Wow, can you believe this is the authentic painting?
I can't believe this exhibit is really here. Do you think the tour guide was being serious when he said he liked my bag?
Well, he seemed genuine to me. He couldn't believe there were genuine crystals on it.
So nice. I have to be authentic. I love my fashion.
All right, so here I said, "Wow, can you believe this is the authentic painting?" So that goes back to things. Authentic.
Mhm.
I remember the first time. Have you seen the Mona Lisa? I'm pretty
Mhm.
sure you have, right?
Mhm.
Seeing the real Mona Lisa for the first time, it felt so small, in
Yeah.
person. It's like, wow, is that the real one? I expected it to be bigger, and I think that's a
Right.
difficult experience, right?
Right, because something like the Mona Lisa, you build it up in your head over
Mhm.
everybody knows about the Mona Lisa since the
Right.
time they're little, so and then to
Yeah.
see it that's kind of when I saw, well, I saw the Sistine Chapel,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I don't know, I imagined it differently. It's funny how yeah, it was beautiful and amazing, but I just
Yeah.
imagined it in a just looking different. It was just interesting, expectations versus reality.
But it's kind of incredible when you see the real thing of anything well
Yes.
known that you've heard about since you were a kid, and
Yeah.
you see it and you're standing in front of
Yeah.
it. It's just, I don't know. It's a kind of an otherworldly experience, I guess.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. What did you say next?
Okay, so I said, I guess this tour guide said he liked my bag, and you said he seemed genuine to me, so he was being real, he wasn't being fake, as you would
Right.
say.
Yeah, and then I said he couldn't believe there were genuine crystals on it. And so now again we're describing things,
Mhm,
items,
mhm,
just a gem or a crystal, right?
mhm,
Okay. And what
and
else?
then I said, "I have to be authentic, I love my fashion," so
Coming back
here
to
I'm being
people. Yeah.
right, true to
Yeah.
myself, right? So a lot of times, again, don't worry so much about the differences between the 2 completely because I don't think that there's a big enough difference where you should sit and think about that and then not use
I
these
agree.
because you're not sure. That's really the takeaway. This is one of those situations where they're so close. It really does come back to connection, not perfection. But we gave you some context, right, to talk about people, to talk about things and different ways that you could use all of these. But again,
Mhm.
if don't worry about mixing them up so much.
I agree
Yeah.
with you, Michelle. And then just to throw in one final thought, guys, you probably heard me use the word real, and that's also a
Mhm.
third word you could swap in for authentic and genuine. So I said when I saw the real Mona Lisa, right? So
Mhm.
that's another one to play around with as well as
Mhm.
original. So we've got some fun words to play around with. Maybe we'll do a follow up
I
episode.
think we should. I was just gonna say, I think this one definitely because we could do an episode talking about there was too much for today, but we
Right.
we give you some other words, and for the opposite, for things that are fake, not
Ooh, I
real.
would love that episode. So fun. All right, guys,
Mm.
hit the follow button. And Michelle, I'll see you back here on All Ears English very soon. Take care.
Okay, bye, guys.
Bye.